So let's talk about how to write blog articles that are locally relevant to your industry. I was just writing some blog articles for a client site that does remediation. So, fire damage restoration, mold, asbestos, water damage restoration, all of those things. So, let's just kind of brainstorm a little here. Basically, you might say, all right, well, I want to create an article that's useful to homeowners. For instance, something about smoke damage restoration, remediation, whatever you want to call it. As you can see, I've been at work today. So smoke damage remediation. Okay, let's just say Birmingham, Alabama is your location, right? We'll try and find local things that you can weave into this article that are going to give it that local relevancy. And yeah, just it's going to be better for you locally because you don't want somebody in on the other side of the country to read the article. I mean, sure, why not? But ideally, you want somebody close to you to read the article. You also want the relevancy and the location data to kind of line up with the areas that you serve. So, if you're talking about fire damage remediation or fire damage restoration is typically what we call it. Fire damage restoration, licensing requirements, Birmingham, Alabama. All right, cool. Does not require. So, what you would do is talk about, you could, for instance, make this article about how to pick the right fire damage restoration, how to know that your contractor is a good fire damage restoration contractor. And then you could talk about, well, one of the issues the homeowners, the property owners face in the area is that Alabama, is that Birmingham does not require a license for fire restoration. Then you could go in and say, however, we recommend these things, look into these 10 things to know that you're dealing with a good contractor. Ask about past jobs, ask about references, whatever it may be. You might hate telling people to ask about references, but you know, it's not a bad idea for them to do. And if you're a good company, you're going to find a way around that. You're not going to mind that. Yeah, so then you could just take it and kind of turn it into an article about how to know if a fire damage restoration company is legitimate. Always check the credentials of your mitigation contractor. Blah, 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 blah. This actually might be a lawyer's website, which the beauty of this, yeah, claims. Yeah, claims adjuster. Not a lawyer, claims adjuster. Cool. So this would be also, this is kind of a 2-in-1 here. You write the article. Can you trust your mitigation or restoration contractor? Kind of use this to weave it into it. Restoring. Oh yeah, see. And use local things, like talk about maybe local events that occurred recently that damaged a lot of homeowners, or if it's a mold thing, talk about, well, in Birmingham, Alabama, mold is a problem in the month of March to whatever, you know what I mean? It's probably spring, fall, but weave in localized data about these things, because it may be a topic that can kind of be the same everywhere in the country or even in the world, but you can weave in and work in your local little nuances that make the article more relevant to your audience and to search engine results to help you be the authority in your city. Because you don't, like I said, you don't necessarily want to pop up everywhere. You want to pop up where people can actually use your services, right? You want the traffic to be actual real traffic, yes, but you want it to be ideally people that might become customers or other businesses in the area that could refer you. In this case, you write an article like this, but talking specifically about how to know if the mitigation or restoration contractor is trustworthy. You give them a bunch of tips, talk about your local area, and then you can contact people like this guy for a link. You can say, hey, look, we saw your article on such and such and thought this might help you out. Could you maybe link to us? And that's a 2-for-1 right there. So not only do you have blog content that is supporting both your services and your locations, you also have the opportunity to get backlinks from other real websites. So yeah, quick little video there. Just wanted to kind of share an idea that I've just been having here that I've been kind of working on. It can be difficult to make a generalized idea locally relevant, but it's important. If you get a little creative, it's actually really fun. That's really fun. So let's get that banana and keep it rocking and rolling. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.